Okay, so let's widen this up a little bit. We're coming out a little bit wider, This is a pretty exciting day. Wasn't really expecting it, but nice doorbell ring this morning, and I was all prepared to do a different video for you guys today, but like I said, the doorbell rang, FedEx showed up, and this arrived. And today's video, probably short and sweet, but I'm hoping this is what I think it is. We're gonna take a look at what's in this here box right here, right now. And I think it's my Canon R6. Well, I hope it's that. If not, I'm gonna have to redo this intro and maybe do what I was planning on earlier. Okay, let's crack this open. Oh yeah. Okay guys, so this is it. And if this is the R6, which I'm expecting that it is, this will be, I don't want to say the last video, but this will be this will be the last video that this front camera shot will be shot with my Canon RP, which has been my workhorse for pretty close to the last 6-7 months. And I've been really happy with it. This camera over here, you guys, I'll point this way. This camera over here is actually my Canon M50. So there may be a little bit of changes. I'm not 100% sure how I want to organize this room, and if I want to start shooting maybe with 3 cameras in the front, that would be kind of exciting. This shot here will definitely become the R6. This shot over to the side, so this fella here, this guy will be the RP, quite possibly. And we'll figure out what we want to do with the M50. Look at all the styrofoam. What? I guess. Okay, that's going over here. Styrofoam. It's definitely the camera. So while I'm doing this part, I was planning, my plan was when I ordered this, that I was just gonna get the body. But because when they first announced the Canon, this is really in the way, when they first announced the R6 with the kit lenses, it was the exact same price if you bought the lens that was in the kit extra. So I'm like, why buy it with the kit? Because you don't save anything. But then, like a day or two after I ordered the body, they were like, yeah, it's actually, you save a couple bucks. You save like $100 on the lens, or you save something like that. I can't remember. I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't go with the 24-105 F4 lens because, again, I'm going to be using this primarily for video, and I may use the lens for like holiday photos and things like that, because I do have a 24-105 F4 back there, but I really wanted it because I wanted an RF lens. I wanted to try that, and I wanted something quiet and light, so I didn't want too heavy. So I went with the 24-105 STM. So the cheaper of the two. I'm like, that should be fine. And I'm having all kinds of problems. I'm so happy right now. So happy right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. You guys can probably see it on this side. You know, Canon EOS R6 on the top just has the R. On the side here, again, I'm hoping you guys can see this. You'll see EOS RF 24-105mm, and this is the F4-7.1 IS STM lens. So that's everything right there. So this is the kit. This is the kit box that you get. I'm just like, I'm so excited. I'm sad for this camera because, again, it's been fantastic. I'm not ignoring you, RP. You're still gonna get love. You will. Not as much, but you will. All right, let's see what comes in this box. So we get a warranty. Now this is a big thing to realize. The Canon warranty, if you buy it anywhere in North America and you live in North America, your warranty is covered. So if you buy it in the US and you live in Canada, your warranty is good, and vice versa. It is a US and Canada only warranty, so just kind of be aware of that. This says a bunch of stuff in a different language, so I don't really know. English, follow the cautions, otherwise physical injury can happen. Okay, I don't expect any physical injury. Here is your manual. Again, fairly large, English, French, and Spanish. Nice, big. I will read this slowly over the next 8 years, probably. or something like that. You get your battery. So again, this is the new battery that you get. It's the same style shape-wise as the old batteries, which kind of fits like all the R. And I say that because the RP is an anomaly that doesn't support this, but like the 7D, I believe, and the 5D and the R series camera all use this battery. It gives you a little bit longer shooting time. I believe its milliamp rating is a little higher than the other ones, but you can still use the old ones. And I have 2 of the other ones that I just bought, so we'll be able to try those as well. But battery, you get your charger. Cool, because you need a charger. My guess is same charger as what you would use on the standard batteries. Again, I believe that the only thing new with the new battery is that it's physically a bigger milliamp. Pull that off, we get a nice little Canon strap. So that's nice. I don't use those, I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of them. I wrecked a camera lens when the big strap actually was hanging off my table, and I spun my chair and it grabbed the strap and threw my camera on the ground and smashed my lens. So I usually use like the little hand straps, which I like much better. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Oh, the good stuff. Okay, so we have a lens. I'm gonna take these both out. So lens and camera, and that's it. So the box is going away. So here we go. Let's do this part first. So here's our lens, nice bubble wrap. And did I say how excited I was for this? Oh, it feels like forever, and it hasn't been. It's been like less than a month. But here it is. This is the 24-105 STM lens. So it's a nice size, which is again something I like. Not really heavy, but also doesn't feel like really plasticky or low quality. So that's kind of nice. And you guys can hear that, right? Definitely has some like friction in there, so it's got a nice tightness, which is good. So you have your zoom, you have your focus ring, which is excellent. And on the side here, you have your focus/control. So that's kind of nice too. So this is focus, for instance, but if you want, you can switch this down to control. And inside pretty much all the R series cameras, so the R, the RP, the R5, the R6, this ring you can actually change to a control ring. So you can set it, to be like, I want it to be ISO, or I want it to be aperture, I want it to be shutter speed. So instead of having to go in, you actually end up with a new basically control dial. So now I can be like, I want to set this to ISO, so I can actually spin this. Because primarily, like for myself, I use my camera for the most part for focusing, for instance, it's in auto. That's why I went with something like the R6. Because of that new dual pixel autofocus 2, I don't need, and I'm not going to be using manual focus. So the fact that this I can set to something else makes that very useful, because I don't need it on focus. Stabilization, on and off, that's going on. And ring size, just so you guys can tell, this is a, I don't know, what is this? 67 millimeter. So I have some step-up rings, which I will gladly be using alongside this to get this upwards to a 77, which is what a lot of the L series lenses are. So I'll step that up, and then I can use a lot of my ND filters and all that kind of good stuff. All right, my friends, this is it right here. I'm pretty excited. There it is. Look at that. Canon EOS R6. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna put it up against, you know, I always thought the RP was gonna be considerably smaller, but this actually feels, I don't know, very similar. It definitely has a, I want to say a bigger grip on it. The grip definitely feels a bit, has more substance. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. It's got a nice, and I like the fact that this part, you guys can see that, this snugs really nice for like these fingers. You can drop this down, but really it's good for the 3 fingers. See my ouchies? Yeah. And these are the trigger. So it fits my hand actually really nice. And because I've used the RP and the M50, not having that display on the top, not even an issue for me. This is all here. This is no different. Same thing again as the RP. It's actually laid out very similar to the RP, so I don't think I'm gonna have any issues at all moving around. I am gonna like this little joystick because that's handy. Dual card slots. So I have a brand new card sitting downstairs just waiting. Hasn't ever been used. Flip out screen. Very cool. It's so clean. And we are going to, just for fun's sakes, open this up. And you can see it in here. See how the shutter is closed? That's also really nice. The RP doesn't have that. So when you open the lens and the camera's off, that's the sensor's wide open on the RP. Not here. This is actually closed. So you get some protection, which is fantastic. So that's going on there. Oh yeah, see, that's a nice little combo, I think. Perfect for doing, especially if you're out traveling. And it's not too heavy. That's actually good. Could I do one of these? Yeah, and I think 24, for the most part, should be okay. Should be okay for that. And that's a nice flip out screen. Let's put a battery in here. Let's do it. I wasn't gonna do it, but let's do it. I hope there's some charge in this, at least a little bit. If not, I'll be doing some charging. And you can be sure, I'm gonna be doing some videos on this lovely little camera. Oh yes I am. So this goes in like this. We're gonna do that. Flip this around and turn it on. Now someone had said that my battery is completely dead. That's a shame. That is a shame. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna charge this and I'm gonna come back. I'm not gonna finish this video like this. I'm gonna come back, we're gonna take a look because I'm curious to see what firmware is on here. Someone had said that there was a new firmware, a 1.1 was also on the R6. So I wanna validate that and I'll be back 2 seconds, guys, hold on. Okay guys, so it's been about 2 hours since dust in here, since I went to charge this here battery. So this should be, or it looks like it's fully charged now. So just so you guys know, from completely empty to fully charged, about 2 hours, give or take a couple minutes here and there. But while I was doing that, one of these other batteries that I have has charged. And like I said, I went and bought some extra batteries. I just want to show you the ones I got. Hopefully you can see these here. These are batteries here from a company called RAVPOWER. And I've used RAVPOWER gear for a long time. I've used a lot of their batteries, a lot of their chargers, all kinds of stuff for the phones, cameras, etc. And I've been super happy. So when I knew that I was getting this camera that required this style of battery, I went to RAVPOWER to get them. And these are batteries that I bought. This is not something that RAVPOWER sent to me or anything like that. But if you're watching this, RAVPOWER, you're more than welcome to send me some more batteries because I'll be needing them. Anyways, about the same time, this one's finished charging and I put these on pretty much the same time as I put the Canon one on. One of them's finished, one of them's still charging. But this was only about 35, 36 bucks Canadian for 2 batteries and the charger. So really nice. Plugs in with like a micro USB cable, so super good. And it's nice and thin. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's really thin. So it should be nice to travel with, and that should work like a charm. Anyways, this is here. So just so you guys can see the top, you know, we're gonna have all these, you guys probably have seen a lot of these little overviews, I guess, of this camera. And I'm not gonna do too much, but you guys can see here, you're gonna have your mic jack here, your headphone jack. Underneath it, you're gonna have your remote if you are someone that needs a remote trigger or if uses it. This is the one here that was concerning to some, and I get it. First off, you're gonna have your USB-C, but we've gone to a micro HDMI. And I kind of agree with everybody else because on my Canon RP, for instance, it uses the mini HDMI. So now I gotta go looking for, you know, new cables again. I got all the cables I wanted for my RP, and now I gotta get them again. Plus, they just don't sit quite as nice. So I'm not completely sure I'm happy with that. Other than that, everything else here seems to be laid out really good. Again, for those of us that have shot with Canon Rs or RPs before, especially the RP, this feels like it's gonna be very similar. Ready to turn it on? I'm ready to turn it on. All right, on. All right, so we got something here. So it's asking me to set my date and time, so I'm just gonna do that. You guys don't need to stare at me while I'm doing this part. All right, now it says no card and camera, and that would be 100% correct. But really the only thing I want to see is if the firmware is version 1 or 1.1. So we're going to come in here and just kind of give it a look around. Hopefully there's an about somewhere here. So mine is set to firmware 1. Now someone had said online what 1.1 was out and came on their camera. Mine definitely does not have that. So before we do a second video, and if there is a 1.1, what I'm gonna do is do some testing on this camera while it's sitting in version 1. And if there, like I said, is a 1.1, I'm going to download that and do some additional testing after that. But there you go, my friends. Canon R6, looking good. Pretty excited. All right, I'm gonna leave you there. That's a quick unboxing and a quick just first look at this little camera. And we'll see you tomorrow. That'll be the first video. Probably shooting with this. Oh yes, pretty exciting. Later, guys.